So I was exploring on Google Earth, right? I was diving into my old 1804 map, searching for a new site to explore. But as I zoomed in, I came across something unexpected, a site that piqued my curiosity and sparked a sense of adventure. So I knew I had to go out and see it for myself. But little did I know that what I would uncover would be far more significant and fascinating than I ever imagined. So join me on this journey as we uncover layers of history that have been hidden for centuries. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss an adventure.
So down here, guys, as I say, I'm not sure what this was. This could have been. So guys, this is one of the graves. Under this under this stone there lies in hope of a future blessed resurrection the body of John Clarke of this parish, second son of Edward Clarke, Esquire, grandson of Honorable Colonel John Clarke of the parish of St. David. So the road ends here. There was a bridge. The bridge is broken down. Yeah guys, so the location we are going to today, I don't know if you remember the video I did about the Coptic church. I think that's the same location, and from what I'm getting so far, we should be seeing a lot of historic sites and an abandoned community here. So I'll climb the hill, and that's where I'm coming from. You see over there, guys? Beautiful. Yeah. I'll speed up a bit. And this is White Horses, guys, in St. Thomas.
White Horses is both a village and a scenic coastal area in the southeastern parish of St. Thomas, known for its dramatic landscape and community life. It sits near other local settlements like Stanmore and Creighton Hall, with rolling hills, rural roads, and views that stretch toward the sea.
This is the way how the hill go up, just vertical, all the way up. Whoa. How you managed to go back up? How you managed to go back up? Alright. You know where the Coptic place there? Yeah, we're around, not too far. Alright, thanks, yeah? The sea down there's a pretty door. Turn your back, let me catch see. That's a beautiful sight down there.
The name White Horses actually goes back to the island's early colonial era. When the Spanish were here, before the English took over in 1655, they called this stretch of coastline Barreras Blancas, literally white barriers, because of the continuous line of chalky white cliffs that run along the shore. When the English came, they translated that Spanish name into what we know today, White Horses. The name is poetic It refers both to those bright, striking cliffs and the way the ocean waves crash and foam against the shore, sometimes looking like white horses galloping across the water. Locals to this day talk about the sea breaking in dramatic white caps, especially when the surf is high, making the name feel alive. For generations, White Horses has been a community hub for everyday life. From roadside stands with local produce like honey and mangoes to natural roadside springs where people cool off and meet friends. It's not just a name on a map, but a place with rhythm and character, shaped by its geography and the people who live there. Today, White Horses is still home to families and farmers, and there are even new plans for development that the community hopes will bring more homes and economic opportunity here. But no matter how it changes, the image of those white cliffs and the waves that inspire the name will always be part of what makes this place special. So, next time you're driving through St. Thomas, look out for the chalky white cliffs and imagine the Spanish sailors naming this coastline
Morning.
Barreras Blancas and
Yes.
the English turning that moment into the name we use today, White Horses.
It's my first time coming this side. Jellyson tree. Seems like we reach the top of one hill. Let's see if we have other hills. Okay, so it looks like we have come up on a flat. And guys, you know, see with me, you know, from the Kuno Pass vlog that I did, I haven't done any of these long walks after that, because that one they really did mash me up, you know. Look like there'll be a water on the road down here, so. Really quiet community, as I'm noticing so far. Seems like a well-developed community also. But there's another hill up there. So the place we're going is called the Creighton Hall Estate. Here we should be seeing a great house, a water wheel, the watermill, an aqueduct connecting two other plantation houses. So let's see if all of that is there, and I'll be giving you the history little by little on screen. Alright. I didn't know these places exist. Trust me. So go down there. Yeah guys, so where we're heading to there is also a cave, and I'll be trying to find that also. Let's hope the place no bush up, because I'm not bring no much yet. But from what I'm seeing, I don't think it is bushed up. You know? Blessed Elder, this is the road me take to go towards Coptic, or this road? Yeah. This road. Alright, respect here. Give thanks. Yeah guys, so this is like a blessing. It's a downhill after all the uphill climbing. Yeah. Seems like we're getting somewhere. These are old walls, but I did not see a reference to any such building there up there, so I can't venture out up there. Where it could be that the Creighton Hall great house is up there. However, I should be able to find it from the back. So yeah, we're heading on. That's some modern stone wall. Yeah, this was built somewhere in the 90s or the 2000s. A lot of people still build with stone, especially their retainer walls or their property walls. And now we're heading back down this side. I can actually see the sea out there. Just hope another wrong road I take, because there is another road up there. So guys, if it's the first time you're joining me here, really want to say thank you for joining, and like the video if you like videos like this, and subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. And for those of y'all who have been with Elite Jamaica from when, thank you all for your support, and thank you for bearing with me, as sometimes these vlogs take long to come, you know. Well, I just transport beat me still, but yeah, I just had to do this one for my birthday. I had to give you guys this for my birthday. So we're heading up to the Creighton Hall estate, where we should see the great house, the water wheel, the aqueduct, and 2 plantation buildings. Also, it should be the site of the Coptic complex, where the Coptic church was. So yeah, that way I go try find. So I just walk me up on the right road, because I don't understand why the road you seem like that bring me back down to the main. It shouldn't be like that, but yeah. Let me check. Let's stop and check, guys. I'm gonna check my GPS. So guys, it looked like I took the wrong road, and so I'm gonna turn back and go up the road. Yeah. Sorry about that, yeah. So we'll catch up back when we reach on the right road. Yeah, peeps, so I'm gonna find back the road. Yeah. This road, when it came up, now I showed up on the map. It come up and turned in a Y road. But for some reason, with the sun in on my face. But for some reason, I take the road going down, that would leave me back on the main. You know, and then I realized I'm not supposed to go down. The road is a Y road. So I came up, but short a break, guys. I came back up the road and now I'm on the correct road. Yeah, so one cemetery up this up, peeps. We're gonna look on them grave, yeah? Because we're already in exploration zone, so might as well start look. It's a family plot, it look like though. (1951) July 2022. These are newer graves. Alright, so I think this has nothing to do with the plantation. This can be done when we are coming back. And guys, if you know, a lot of people have always contacted me, like being abroad, and they've got family members who they have missed their funerals, never even saw the grave and stuff like that. Yeah, if you have relatives who are buried in locations where I'm filming, you can let me know, especially in St. Thomas, because I'll be filming in St. Thomas for this year, you know, so you let me know and I could at least do that for you. Yeah. Man, them I deal with.
How are you dealing?
Me there, man, only could vlog me I shoot.
Vlog?
YouTube vlog.
Mm.
You know the Creighton Hall estate that is old slavery building them near to Coptic.
I'm a place, you know the whole places. I'm ask.
Okay, yeah man,
I
that
see
man.
camera and things, so I see you and you still come on and see all them. So, you want to see building
Yes man.
by creating a Coptic history with the same church and all ganja stuff is that.
No, me are the ganja parties.
Right.
You know them something there,
But
man, isn't it?
So you do your thing
I do my thing, man.
personally.
YouTube.
But as me say, you don't know the place.
For people around there?
What smile there, man? What for
No
smile there? So
problem.
man,
No,
I
do
was
nothing
seeing no one I want down. Just you know.
No, I do nothing wrong, man. You see me, man?
But I'm tell you, a private area, so and I like place where you can just walk in, so.
Oh.
You see me, because it's a estate, you know.
I know is that I know Creighton Hall is an estate.
Ah.
But the Coptic place private.
Everything but
Creighton Hall place
yes.
not private.
Yes.
No man, Heritage Trust
Creighton
no
Hall
own
I
that.
see in Coptic.
Yeah man. But alright,
by
by
the
right.
road is a difference.
You know, a Coptic road this man.
Is it for you reach
Coptic
out
road.
there that in police can
I
just
mean,
come in just
if you go up on my channel now, me do the Coptic biography, you know. It's up on my channel with the Coptic church and everything. Brother love, all Miami part too. I have the whole history me do, you know, history.
So you want a view of it.
So may I get problem around there?
You say, yeah, a friend that you had still. Go on, me.
Alright. Yeah, peeps, so I'm back on the journey. Going around. Here's some people around here I go back up on still, but Reggie make a phone call. Tell them some I come through. So, should be safe. Yeah, peeps, so it's a long journey, you know. About, well, I think I cover a mile already still. So it should be about a mile and some, or almost 2 miles to get up there, because it was 2.3 miles as the crow flies. So with the 2 corner them, I kind of expect about 3.25 miles. How much is that in kilometer? Can someone let me know, please? That's down there. Bush wind, I know, guys. That's the sea down there. Beautiful. Yeah. Over there, on that rock side of the rock over there. Yeah, it's limestone. So I'm hearing that the cave is not around this side, but I think there should be a cave around this side. I'm not sure. Bush. Yeah, guys, big up to the farmer who farm the corn. Food of eat, yeah? Proper farming. That's where we're coming from. Yeah. It looks like a column inside here. Concrete column that would have been used in a culvert. Like when they were working on the road. Yeah. That is what goes under the road. We're gonna make a gutter across the road that is placed under the road, and the foundation goes above it so the water runs through that. So for a road like this, they would put like 3 or 4 under the road for the water to run through. Yeah, so we go up. And these are the things sometimes make when I really come on road, places that I don't know, because nowadays it's kind of different. And I can't blame people for being protective of their neighborhoods, because strange people go into neighborhoods and do a lot of things, a lot of dangerous stuff. So I really admire that still that the neighborhood is being protected that way. We definitely have to ask some question, you know, once it's not violence. Yeah. But big up to the youth where tell me the direction, never get him name. But if you watch this, big up youth. Rate you for that, isn't it? Yeah, man. This place quiet and serene, like really quiet. Yeah. Yeah, guys, so I'm gonna show now background, behind the scenes, how I film some of them video. Yeah, yeah, man, cause yeah, I have the time to do it now. I walk up the road, so let me show you all that. So you see the camera in the road, right? Yeah, that's my other camera. It's in the road. It's a film. So you vloggers, take notes. Walk past the camera, and then go back and get the camera, flip it that way here, you can see up the road, and then walk past, you know, and go up the road, and then yeah. How many times am I gonna say and then? Yeah, and then I'm gonna show y'all how that come out. Alright? Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to the camera now. Now I'll leave it too far, but I know what it's a precipice, that man. A real deep precipice, you know. Look off. I'll go back for the camera. Yeah guys, so we're back on the journey, going up to the Cockpit complex. That's the Coptic church. I did a video about that, guys. There'll be a link on screen and in the description. Yeah, but anyway, this is the thumbnail of the video, so that when you see it you will know that it is it. So we are going up in them hill the cliffs. As I told you, it's the pinnacle of the hill we're going. Alright, so I don't know how long the good road will last, so bear with me. And it should be a whole complex, you know guys, like plantation houses and mansions from the Coptic era. Yeah, beautiful hillside over there. Love the greenery. If you love the greenery, type greenery in the comment section, guys, cause me love it. Yeah. That seems like, oh, that thing you see, that thing up there, so with the cut across the hill where the light posts are. You can see that from Bull Bay. Yeah, a little cut on the hill. The electricity run across the hill, I think, or if it's water, I'm not sure, but something run across the hill because you can see the cut from Bull Bay. And this is the other side. I haven't seen it from the other side over here. So we're in Creighton Hall, you know, guys, and we're on the Coptic road. Well, while researching, I realized that the road is actually named after Coptic because it's the Coptic road. Alright. That would have been a milestone. Look like it could have been a milestone, you know, guys. No, piece of rock. Why is it that these old roads, even when not driven on, they never break? Even though the grass are growing at the middle of the road is still good. And the roads that are built in modern days, which are built more recent, they are the ones that actually start to deteriorate and break up. I'm not sure. Big up to the farmer who do the farming. Yeah. So guys, I don't want to miss that one here, because I don't want to miss it now. I just hope someone find it, because there should be a lot of buildings up in this almost jungle. And papaya up on the tree over there, so that's where we're coming from. You know. St. Thomas is a very beautiful place, and being in St. Thomas, I feel more free to explore. Like there are some places the stone is perfectly round. Any significance? It look out of place to the type of soil that's here. But it round, like round. It's a round stone. I don't think round stone make natural in nature. Let me know what you think, guys. But the kind of outer place with all of the limestone that's here, you know. Alright, so we'll go up further. And we're on the Coptic road up in above White Horses. Yeah, it's a very huge tree. Very huge tree. This is another property. Yeah, in some other parishes I wouldn't venture off the main so far to film a video, because if I don't know where I go, I just don't know where I go. And there are some places where I really wouldn't want to ask no question. You know? Mango trees, it's like a mango walk, a mini mango walk. Yeah. Bamboo. I'm really finding it a pleasure to be back on the road. I'm big duck hunts, the peeps. Like, this is what I love doing, you know. This is what I have the information for, although sometimes I get wrong information. This is the bird. But yeah, we always try to get it correct, even if I have to debunk myself. Yeah. Something I walk over there, so. It seems like a mango walk, just mango alone over there. As the youth said, these places are dangerous places. Being in St. Thomas, I kind of feel safe. Mango walk same way, seem like guava over there too. This was a cool skill, a very huge cool skill, cool still night. A cool bed now. I'm still can reap cool, can get at least a bag or two. These places, nature is overwhelming, and the roads, no matter how nature grew up around the roads, it just don't mash up the road like some other places that I've seen, you know. But the road is still here, and nevertheless, you know, so it seems like we're coming up on the community. Because I hear people now. That's a house over there. Big up the farmer. Out of the farming. This looks like a community center. That's cool, but I think it's a house. Nice farm. Yeah. I don't think this was built as a house. I think it was built as a community center. So we'll go further in the bush. So this is where I saw on the map. Those are stones over there. Look like parts of construction. It's not construction though. This is where the road ends on the map. And it was all trees, overgrown, so I couldn't see where the road go until it reached up into the clearing where the buildings are. So yeah, we are journeying along. Anyone who have ever been to this place, let me know in the comment section down below. Tell me what it was like the last time you were here. That's a light pole right there. Never plant good so it fall down. And that's a precipice down there. Deep precipice. But it seemed this road was maintained up until in the 80s or early 90s. Yeah. And I should think so due to the fact that the Coptic church was up here and they did a lot for Jamaica. Like, I'm not defending the church organization or nothing like that, but they did a lot for Jamaica. Maybe it was through politics, but yeah. So I think this road would have been fixed then. So we'll go further. Next broke off down there, so. Even the light poles, no wires on them, so it seemed they were run with the intention to put electricity up here and then they just didn't bother because these poles have no wire on them and these were here a long time. Yeah, so it seems they didn't bother to run the electricity here, but they could, if this is an abandoned community and them now go use the community, might as well them use the light post them to run electricity somewhere else. No, kind of light no connect to them, or electricity was here and then the community was disconnected. I'm not sure. Hopefully we can find out. No, I think that was a rock quarry or a building was over there. Yeah. Right here would have been like a little square where the shop would be and all of that. Could be a tire shop because there's a lot of tires. Yeah guys, so I really needed this vlog to get back into my zone, you know. I needed to be scared, I needed to be, you know, somewhere I feel uneasy. Wow, this, how this looks now, like the road cut off. So the road ends here. There was a bridge. The bridge is broken down. Yeah, the bridge is broken down. It look like them walk up here, so to go across. You can walk here, so we'll walk around down there. So even this bridge looked as if it was being built and them just never bother. I'm not taking a chance about this, so because my depth perception off. I don't know, my eye them not good. But I'll search under the bridge here, see if there are any caves under here. Not sure if down there so block off, and I not even know if bridge the right there, so I just walk. Yeah. Alright, so there's a track somewhere out here. Let me see. I go down. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So this bridge was washed away and it wasn't rebuilt. Seems like the community was cut off a very long time ago. Now I go down through this, I'm gonna go around, but I look first. Here guys, that's the bridge there, and if you notice we have an older set of foundation over here, over this side, but over there it's newer. This bridge reminds me of the Mount Vernon Bridge, which the English had built back then for their own purposes. So it seemed like it was here, then it was washed away, and because the community is not being inhabited, so them just never bother. Move out down here and see what I'm going. But this is interesting. If you're still here with me guys, let me know. Type something, type I'm here, and let me know that you're still here with me, keeping my company. And if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up if you haven't done so before. This is a tube for running water. It seems that this was under the road at some point, or it was about to be placed on the road and then just never did bother. Alright, so we have original walls down here, cut stone, and over there. Sometimes out in nature we can't even differentiate what's concrete from what is cut stone, as you notice. You know, this is a little riverbed going up, and that's the bridge up there, the underside of the bridge. Here peeps, so that's where I'm coming from. That's under the bridge. However, the bridge no longer connects the road. It all lean, and you see that? Had that with the pan a while ago, you know, peeps. A bridge a mash up, you know. Look how the thing lean, crack the sand, lean over. If I had only seen that, maybe I wouldn't walk on it. But yeah, my little weight can make that come down. Look at the column of the bridge, peeps. Well lean. Alright, so we'll go up in the community. Hopefully, we'll get some good surprises up in the community. This is the other side of the bridge. If you notice the difference in construction of the wall over here, so it looks as if there was a bridge here before, or that was built from when these walls were built. But I'm seeing signs of it being refurbished, you know. Two different construction. May I see the top part different from the bottom part. Yeah, so maybe that was done in Coptic days when they were here. They replaced the bridge, not sure. But if anybody know about that, let me know please in the comment section down below. So we have a further up, and you see the light post them there, you know, but there's no wires. So it seems they abandoned the electricity in the community a long time ago. So this was the road, guys, or maybe it was over there and get washed out. But I think this was the road because the light post is right there. See, even the transformer is still on it, but no wires. So this would have been the road. So we're actually walking in an abandoned community. This is concrete. This is like a makeshift bridge. Water runs under this. So we're actually going up to the pinnacle of this hill for real. Okay, pleasure is all mine. Shout out to Alex Mayal, who give me some information about this place also. Alright, big up bro. And keep on doing the good work you do over there on TikTok. And you can check out Alex Mayal page on TikTok. Very informative information over there. I should have said very constructive information. I should have said very important information over there. Alright. This is a gully right here. You know, Alex really had more. Alex Mayal really doing more on TikTok right now than what I am doing. Is got a deeper history of Jamaica, so you can check out his page, guys. Yeah. and then you go on to the practical. Yeah, this is a gully down there, a really large drop of water run. As them say, not even the police no come up here, so, you know, so look like we're reaching a where you would call the danger zone. Yeah. We know we go with God, anywhere we are go.
Back in the late 1600s and early 1700s, this area wasn't called St. Thomas in the east as yet. It was part of the old parish of St. David, and estates like Creighton Hall were where real power operated. Not just farming power, but political power. This land was tied to the Clarke family, and they weren't small players. These were men who sat in Jamaica's House of Assembly, who served as militia officers, and who helped decide how the colony was run. When you hear that someone was an assemblyman back then, understand this. They were helping write the laws that controlled land, labor, and the people.
So I reach a crossroad. Not sure where I should go. Not sure what was here. But yeah, I take that way the first. Down here, so first I'll see what's around here.
And the proof is right here. The burial stone found on this estate connects 3 generations of that same family: grandfather, father, and son, all tied to this parish, all tied to this land. They lived here, governed from here, and were buried here. But here's the part the stone doesn't talk about. Creighton Hall only worked because of enslaved Africans. Men, women, and children who cleared this land, worked it, and kept this estate running. They didn't get graves like this. Their names weren't carved into stone. Their homes were made to disappear. And that silence is part of the story too. When people talk about the Morant Bay Rebellion in 1865, they often treat it like something that just suddenly happened. But it didn't.
Oh, you know, so the road is supposed to lead me around to the Great House. Yeah, the next road on, so because it's going to be beside the river. You know, the water wheel are going to be beside the river. So the road here is supposed to lead me around there. So I'm going to take that one here first, just in case. And this one is mostly, the next one is mostly downhill, but I can actually get a little rest before I take on the hill here. So I'm going to see what's around here.
The conditions that led to that uprising were being built on estates like this generations earlier. Land controlled by a few families, power passed down, and most people shut out completely. So Creighton Hall isn't just an old estate. It's a reminder of how Jamaica really functioned back then, how power was inherited, how inequality became normal, and how the past still sits under our feet, even when it's almost invisible.
Yeah, this is more of a downhill. This looks like remnants of a building. Yeah guys, this is foundation of a building. Something was here. But water wheel is somewhere around here still, you know. So our next column now. Yeah guys, this is our next column. Right there. So it looks like it's a wall that run. I'm building that up there, so but I'm not seeing anything up there still. We'll go around further. At least I'm seeing ruins. So this would be plantation ruins I'm seeing. because this is the plantation side, not the Coptic side. Yeah. And this is a gully down there. Water wheel could be down there, but I'm going to search first, because this right here would have eroded after the water wheel was not here. I don't think they would have allowed for. Okay, I see something. So I'm going to check out this. I think this would have been the watermill right here. Okay guys, so this I think would have been the watermill, but they reinforced that with blocks. And if you notice the arch, tell me so them building a little lower than we actually see, you know. And here's the next part of the wall, guys. So this looks like a central position, you know, because there's a gate right there, you know, more arches. You see, central position is built like a fort. These columns are thick. Yeah. You see that? Yeah, so this was built like a fort, like a central entrance at the gate before you enter. So the watermill could be somewhere over there in the bush, you know. But I'm not seeing any remnants of any construction over there. So we'll go further. So this is, I think, is where the Coptic compound starts. But I'm gonna view that place over there. So this is a whole great house site. This is the... Alright guys, so I think we have found the Creighton Hall great house. This is an entrance, but it's ruins over here. And the Creighton Hall great house should be in this area. And this is not the Coptic foundation. We can see where the Coptics had reinforced this wall. But if we look, this is ruins all along here going up. I'm going to check out down here first. So some of this, you know guys, some of this is rebuilt, you know, as you notice, you know, some of this is rebuilt. Whoa, yeah, the water system was here. I knew it. The water system was here, guys, you know. And it seemed like, and you know peeps, this isn't a water system either, you know. Right here, this could be for animal. They let the animal through the door around there. That's where you saw the blocks around by the arch. They let the animals through there and they come in here and they lock it back. You know, it could be that, or it could be for the water system, you know. But these columns are old. These were here a very long time. Some of it has been redone, as you can see from the stone wall. It seems that just the columns were left and someone redid the walls. Here's another entrance around here. And I really think so the water wheel did around us still no peeps. You know, because it looked like one gold did around us. One more column. And here's another one. This is one of the really old ones. You know, so you see there's no wall here, but as you notice up there, there's a stone wall. So I think they rebuilt the stone wall after it was taken over by the Coptics. And this is the outside of the foundation. Going around. This is the back of the wall, built like a fort. This is the back of the wall. So it's not the water wheel. The water wheel is not around here. You know. Alright, so The bottom half of this wall is really old, but the top half is being refurbished recently, as you can notice. So down here, guys, as I say, I'm not sure what this was. This could have been a pen for animals. Hold on, let me see something. There was something circular right there. Yeah, there's something circular right there. I'm not sure if that's built in, but it could be some mill of a sort. But I would say that this is indeed a pen for animals, because if it was water it wouldn't be this small, and I'm not seeing foundation for what you call it, for a water wheel. And I don't think this would have been a century with a gun coming up out of the ground. So I think this was for animals. If it's not for animals, then it would have been for water, for a water system. Yeah. But there are a lot of them up here, guys. So we found the first one. So I'm going to explore and see if we can find the rest. This is the wall, same way. So this wall seems to be a little bit more modern than the original stone walls, these columns. Okay. Really interesting. Here's another round stone. These stones are really round. People up the peeps, man. Here's somebody a chop. It's an old house. The Rasta color. Most likely the Coptic compound. Yeah, this would have been the Coptic compound. It's in the Rasta color, Rastafarian colors. And there are lots of houses up here. I hear say some only mansions up here in the ruins. These aren't mansions, however, but I could see where I'm going. It was a sink. More old building, but that was in the Rasta color, the Rastafarian color. That would be a shop or something, if not the building. This look like a restroom for the, oh, that would be like a bar, because that's a restroom around there. That's an empty building right there. I don't see any buildings up there. I'll try to go further. There should be a water wheel here, guys. I mean, now I see. Oh, this one set a ruin up here, so let me see a fight. And what you see with St. Thomas, the only thing we worry about now them bush, and some people have pit bulls on them farm and them let them go. You know? And I have strength to defend myself against some pit bull in idea. This looks like a farm because it was chopped down. This is a building up here. This is someone's property because there's a cow. Cool. I'm still looking for the water wheel and I'm not seeing it, because the water wheel, we need to find the water wheel to find the aqueduct, because an aqueduct is connected to the water wheel. Now here the water still, however, alright, this looks like a water system, or this would be a bridge something for a bridge touching it. There's a water system. Yeah, water would come through there. I'm not going to try to get up there, so. Yeah, I think the water wheel would have been somewhere around here. That's the water right there. Water running down like a little dam. But we could look up here so first and see what's going on. Whoa, guys, when I look there, this is the building. I can show you all this building from sky view. I saw this in the footage, guys. So the cave not around that side, the cave around the other side. So this is the side of the great house that we came. So if we go out and go around on the other road, find the rest of the buildings. This is water. I'll get a good lay along in there, so. But this is not the dam. It doesn't look like the dam is out there. But this has something to do with water. You know, so guys, this could have been the water system to the entrance without this. But it look like a house construction to me. We never finish. But let me look. This look like it could have been the dam. Oh, zone me, I know. I'm afraid I call. Yeah, guys, this is the dam. It's a compartmentalized dam. One part up there, one part here, and then the water go through down there. So it would have been covered, and that is why it doesn't look like a dam. So this was a dam right here, guys. So the water wheel already out there, so let's see if we find that now. So we can go around the next side and we'll find the rest of the building them on the cave. The water wheel should be right here, and then the truck take us out to the square, and then the road take us around to the next set of ruins, around where the Coptic houses are. So let me see if we can find that. The water this enough piece. But now I'll get an upper. So it's not up there. Water wheel that is somewhere right here, so. Somewhere right in the little vicinity of the water wheel there. But things were washed away here, you know. So it could have been anywhere here. Let me check still. On the side. Alright, so there's no water wheel around this side. And when you look on the map and come out of the house, so there is nothing else around this side. So guys, now go back around the way there and go find the Coptic house then. Alright, I'll change and battery them and get back to now. Yeah? Yeah guys, I'm from way. Go back around for go around our next side, but I realize there's another building up here. So I'm gonna check it out. This is above where the dam or the well is. Alright. I'm trying to cover all of these ruins in Creighton Hall, because this was the Creighton Hall estate, or the Creighton Hall plantation rather. So yeah, there should be a lot of buildings, but it seems as if we're on the Coptic side with these buildings that I'm seeing, because here's another ice gold and green building up here with what seemed to be another restroom. So it could be a shop over there. It could have been a shop right here. Or it could have been a yard, a house. But I think it was a shop because of the restroom facility over there. So this is another building. So it seems a whole abandoned community that's left around here. So I'm gonna go further around up here. So Let's see what I want. I have to look up now because never had a look up on me a while ago. I get my foot in a sunlight and I have to turn back, go wash off my shoes in the water. And right now the shoes them wet. So I'm not sure if any more buildings are gonna be around here still, you know. I think around the next side the mansion them there. The Coptic mansions. However, let's go a little bit further and see. Alright guys, it's not around here. It's not around here. This is not the road I'm seeing on GPS. Nah, it's not around here. It's around the other side. So I'm gonna go around the next side. There's a Taino midden at Green Wall, close to Pomfret in Yallas, which hasn't been excavated completely. I would really love to go to that place one day. As I'm telling the peeps, I just transportation I beat me more time, you know, they travel with my camera and me stick them and them thing there. And then sometimes the location, if you get off of the taxi, it's a distance off the main road. As you know, most of the locations that I film are actually gonna be some distance off the road. That's a wall right there, I never see that in the peeps. But anyway, it look like the back driveway for the house here. And suppose I'm telling you, see, all of these places right there, it's like the stones like that, those sometimes are ruins of old walls, you know, and anyone who has an eye for these things, they can attest to that in the comment section. You know, we're actually walking a lot of ruins around here, right where we're walking. That's another piece of wall, that's a cut stone right there, you know. Sometimes we'll see them displayed like that on the ground, and the next time they are just like this. But when you see things like this, you know that the stone isn't from here, so you know that, yeah, it's part of construction that was here, it was brought to the location. Yeah. So I'll go back down and go around the next side. Guys, this is how I made a shown, right? From inside, these are the arches that are blocked up, the entrances that are blocked up. That's not for water. That is like you'd driving the animals them through there and then fence it back. You know? So the next side one here, you'd running the animal them and then fence it. But that couldn't have been for water, because where you let out the water to go. You understand? Nothing is around here, no other construction. You know, the water will seem like it is further out in the bush. So yeah, I think that was for animals. Alright. And for the water wheel, as I was saying when I was coming up, I think the water wheel would have been somewhere here. And it could have been a wooden one that they use with a small wheel. And that would have been why we don't see it. Because it couldn't be further unless it around on the next side that we went. However, I will see if I find it around there still. I'll go around on the next side where they say the mansions are. And as I tell you, when you see these stones, it's a wall. See, that's a piece of the wall right there. That's a column. And these things, guys, the history will come up this year. Trust me, I touch on something still. A lot of these constructions and these buildings that we're seeing, and the Spanish didn't build it, the English didn't build it, and sometimes not even the Portuguese. They came here and they saw it, you know, and they claim it as theirs, saying that they founded it at that time. However, stone, this is stone, and mats don't lie, and only people lie. So we have to really believe what the stone and what the mats say, you know. So yeah, we're back at the crossroad. That's a little shop, like a restroom. Yeah. So we're going around this side now. So I think this should be the side that they say is dangerous. Yeah, so I can see what I want. And this wall over there, guys, stone wall, so it looks like stone now because it's deteriorated, but as you see, it's a wall going up. Yeah, and that would have been part of the Creighton Hall estate wall, because that would have been before the Coptics. Let me see what's down here. Oh, more like a shortcut. If we go back out on the road down there, so alright. This is a bush, you know, peeps. Real bush, you know, see? It's a wall coming right around. It's like in St. Ann up in Knapdale, or what some people call Knapdally, and Golden Grove and places like those. You'll see the old wall along the road. Those walls aren't deteriorated as yet. You still see some of those walls. However, here in St. Thomas, where the history is not upkept and more like older, some of these things deteriorate over time. And the fact is, these roads aren't being used anymore. So that is what happened. And there are people up there whom I can talk to. Wow, it's getting rough. These roads were packed with stones from back then. There's a track going around here. Could be a house around there. Not sure. I may stay up on the main road. It's like one of the houses over there. Yeah. We'll look what over this one. Yeah guys, so as far as we see, we come out to film the Creighton Hall estate, and we end up filming an abandoned community, because this is indeed an abandoned community. This is a rather huge house, mansion. Even around the back there's an outhouse. This isn't all that old, but still, I think this is from in the 60s. This could be part of the Coptic complex also. This looks like 60s construction, 50s or 60s. Not old, but not new. think the other houses up top. So like something all about. So guys, you can look and see how the place was, man, before it deteriorated. You can see that the place was really nice. This is a culvert right here, running water out from up there. That's an old building over there. Alright, have a search. Okay guys, so this is a culvert with it falling on itself. Because of the tree push it over. So this would have been a driveway right here, coming up. Most of the lizard in here I run and I jump as I walk. So I know so nobody no come at them places. This gone right back down. Wonder if this is the remains of the aqueduct and did refurbish it. Because this gone right down. Why would this be right here? But it ended so still. Yeah, it look like I do something to take the water off of the house. But there's another building up here from one look on. Wait man. Scared of these disappearing buildings, I've come across one before, I mean now I've come across some house, So remember that one that I filmed the building and the thing disappeared out on the side. I drop on my face, drop my shades. Alright, this looked like it was a restroom or something with partitions. I'm not sure what this was. Couldn't tell from those 3 columns. So I can move on. There's a 3-story house up here which I'm gonna try to find. More ruin. There are more ruins up there, sir. There's more house. That's another one over there. That's it guys, we found it. The Ethiopian Zion. The Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, the church of the gatherer of the people. Yeah. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praises. Alright, before we go over the Coptic compound, private property. Before we go over the Coptic compound, we'll look at this up here. I'm trying to find the key in my bag and I can't find it, guys. I wonder if I lost my last house key. Okay, these are some graves. Let me see the date on these. Melchizedek, the order of Melchizedek. Walter Wells, Brother Welly, priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. There is no date. Let me look at the other one. Keith Gordon Naya. I read about him in the video, you know. There's a video about this on the channel about the Coptic compound, the order of the Melchizedek. And there's also one of these green things here. Yeah. These were the priests of the church. So we'll go further up.
The Creighton Hall already carried centuries of history, long before the Coptics arrived here. This land was shaped by colonial estates, inherited power, and exclusion. So when the Ethiopian Orthodox or Coptic presence appears at Creighton Hall in the 20th century, it's not happening on neutral grounds. It's entering a space already loaded with meaning. The Coptic connection here is tied to the wider African redemption movement that emerged after emancipation and intensified in the early 1900s. Across Jamaica, especially after the trauma of colonial rule and the Morant Bay Rebellion, many black Jamaicans began looking beyond Europe for spiritual and cultural identity. Ethiopia, mentioned repeatedly in the Bible, became a powerful symbol of African continuity, dignity, and sovereignty. Within that movement, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, historically linked to the Coptic Church of Egypt, gained followers in Jamaica. These were not missionaries arriving with empire behind them. These were largely local converts and organizers seeking legitimacy, structure, and ancient roots for a faith they already believed connected them back to Africa. Creighton Hall became one of the places where that connection physically settled. The estate, once controlled by colonial elites, was now being occupied by people reinterpreting the land through African Christianity, not British authority. That alone marks a major historical reversal. Land once used to enforce hierarchy, becoming a site of spiritual resistance and reclamation. The Coptic tradition brought with it ancient liturgy, strict discipline, a sense of historical continuity going back to early Christianity, and a worldview that placed Africa, not Europe, at the center of sacred history.
Oh there! Man, I come through. Oh there! This is an old house, guys. Looks like someone lives here, so I'm not gonna venture any further. Mosquito like, wow, you hear them on the camera, peeps? Wow. Oh, I'm the call through, you know, you down the road, the call. So history video me have shoot, man, is it? But I'm saying now come no further because it look like somebody live here, is it? I say I'm good for film, I just grave them and think the history part like not shooting. Alright, respect, yeah? Just out of respect, me turn back and I call them, I don't hear nobody, I see play sweep up, is it? Oh. Alright. Respect, yeah man. So guys, this is one of the graves. Under this stone there lies in hope of a future blessed resurrection the body of John Clarke of this parish, second son of Edward Clarke, Esquire, grandson of Honorable Colonel John Clarke of the parish of St. David. He departed this life May the 17th, May the 29th, 1917 or 1817. Much regretted for his humanity and the benevolence. Here also like the body of Richard Grace, Esquire of the parish of St. David's, departed life February 17, 66. aged 50 years old. Mosquito them a kill my peeps. But this is a grave, I took a picture of it. So y'all can get it. Alright. Yeah. More grave there, family? Where? Yeah, I see the one them down there, so that's them there alone. Alright, respect, yeah? Blessings. Everybody down on the side down here, sir? Alright. Respect. So are you the youth the call? Are you the youth the call from down the road? Okay, can you call and send me that come through still, is it? Are you to tattoo and thing? The youth to the tattoo that block you to the ear plot up? Alright. I don't know your name still now, just meet a while ago. Alright, big up here? Alright. Yeah, peeps, so that's one of the graves. We're still on the Coptic compound. Now head back out. Let's see if we can see the rest of the buildings then. That's here. That was really nice of that man for really make me check it. So I'm gonna look back for those names, guys. And if I find it, I put it on screen right now. Yeah, so in the video.
Now the Clarke family, they were among the earliest and most influential colonial families in eastern Jamaica. Their presence in the region dates back to the late 17th century, when land in the old parish of St. David was being consolidated by a small group of English settlers who would go on to dominate local politics and land ownership for generations. At the center of the family's rise was Colonel John Clarke, a long-serving member of Jamaica's House of Assembly and a militia officer. His repeated election to the assembly, spanning several decades, reflects the level of authority his family held. In colonial Jamaica, this position meant direct involvement in shaping laws related to land, taxation, defense, and the regulation of enslaved people.
Peeps, so mosquito up here, so like, whoa. We can't tie my shoes lace in peace.
His son, Edward Clarke, inherited both land and status. In 1726, Edward served as a member of Assembly for St. David, continuing the family's political influence. Like his father, Edward belonged to the planter elite, men whose economic power rested on estate ownership and enslaved labor, and whose political authority flowed from that wealth. By the mid-18th century, the Clarke name had become firmly embedded in the governing structure of eastern Jamaica. The family's estates, including Creighton Hall, functioned not only as agricultural enterprises, but as centers of local authority. From these estates, the Clarkes participated in parish vestries, militia organization, and the broader colonial system that governed daily life.
Family? Your dog them, your brother live up there, so? Yeah. Alright, I see him, man.
Yeah.
She might tell me say you good down here, is it?
Alright?
She tell me say you good down here, and then me hear the dog them.
Yeah.
You know me, other way, no?
Yeah.
Alright, at the old building them me have film, man, is it? Respect. I know bad dog them are gonna run me down, go down the road.
No.
Oh, alright. Yeah, guys.
The burial stone at Creighton Hall confirms this lineage, linking 3 generations of the family and showing that the Clarkes were not absentee landowners. They lived on the land they controlled and were buried within it, reinforcing their permanence and status within the parish. However, the Clarke family's legacy cannot be separated from the system that sustained them. Their wealth and influence depended on enslaved African labor, and their political roles placed them among those who upheld and enforced Jamaica's slave laws. While contemporary inscriptions praise their character and benevolence, those descriptions reflect the values of the ruling class, not the lived experience of the enslaved population. Today, the Clarke family represents a broader pattern in Jamaica's history: inherited power, land concentration, and political control passed down through generations. Understanding their role helps explain how social and economic inequalities in places like St. Thomas were established long before emancipation, and why estates such as Creighton Hall became central to Jamaica's historical trajectory.
So guys, you see that guys? Deep, you know? Really deep. Yeah peeps, so it was a easy, what do you call it, a easy 2.5 mile walk to get up here. And yeah, 2.5 mile back down, but it's easier going down because it was really a incline coming up here, a steep incline. As you notice, the road was just going up and up and up. But anyway, thank you all for joining me on this journey. Really appreciate the support, and I'm so happy to be back out on the road. Yeah, support the channel guys, subscribe to the channel, like the video, you see me, share the video, you know, let your friends, families, let others know that Elite Jamaica is back on the road. Yeah, Alex is back on the road, bringing history to you right here in your living room or your bedroom or on your phone when you're at work. You see it. So yeah, thank you all for joining. I head back out of that place here. If me actually find the rest of house them, you know, I was showing it, but I'm not sure because this is where I walk come up, although sometimes my journey still me pass things on a seat until me return. So not sure if I'm gonna find any more. You don't notice how far me there behind the hill me there, you know, guys. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna find no more. So until then guys, y'all stay safe, have a wonderful day, and take care of yourself. And yeah, stay blessed.